I've just finished changing the fuel pump in my 2008 Ford Mustang, which my understanding it's the same from 2005 up to a minimum of 2009. While there are a lot of videos out there, I'm just going to add a couple of observations or challenges I came across to help you. The first thing is, here's the original fuel pump that came out, the original Motorcraft one. I bought an aftermarket Delphi one, and when I went to put it in, I couldn't get it to go flush. When I removed the old one, it did not have these bumpers on the bottom. Okay, this is the original old one right here. The new one came with bumpers that came out just a little bit here, and I believe that may have elevated the fuel pump, which made it really challenging to hold it in place. So I took these off, and I was able to get it flush mounted. Second, you have obviously the alignment arrow and the alignment tabs. I was hoping that the way this tab was oriented with an L shape, you could push down and slide it slightly, but that's not the case. Okay, so, and then most important, I use this tool that I purchased years ago from Harbor Freight. It works really well on the connector here for the fuel line, and the transfer fuel line inside. So this made it really easy to get those connectors off. Obviously, use it gingerly not to break any of the connectors. The fuel pump comes out with a little bit of wiggling. I have a tool that I bought, and I'll explain it to you later on, that, well, I'll do that now, that works on the 4 tabs of the top of the ring, but it's really difficult to get much movement because the tabs aren't always perfectly lined up here. So at the end of the day, I had to kind of resort to the hammer and chisel. But here's a challenge that you face. Obviously, you cannot get a good look at these, okay? Especially right here. I was able to get, using that tool, this on, but I was getting only the first couple down here and a few skipped on the inside, which would be an invitation for a leak. So what I really had to do is I took the green ring off, grinded the tips to make them very sharp, and flattened the ends. It became a two-man job. One person held, with the connector off, one person held this down in place after you seated it, and you had to make sure it was centered. Use a hammer and a flat chisel to drive in one tab over here. Actually, we use a shorter one, and the other one, and then myself, because that was 2 hands to work the hammer and the chisel, and then I, on the other hand, with a pointed object, was keeping this ring flat down, because when you try to drive it in, the other side wants to flip up. So you had to hold on one end right here to keep it guided while you punch on the other side. And that's what I found worked to get this in. I hope it helps you. Any questions, please feel free to comment. But it's challenging to do on your own. Thank you very much.